and welcome to NAFDAC and Your Health, where we bring you all the important information you need to know about NAFDAC. The agency is saddled with the responsibility of safeguarding our health by ensuring that the foods, drugs, cosmetics, and medical equipment made available to us are safe and wholesome. My name is Tosin Omolaja. On the program today, we bring you the concluding part of our expose on falsified and substandard medicines and how NAFDAC is confronting and combating this malaise head-on in a bid to sustainably safeguard the health of every Nigerian. The negative effects of using falsified and/or substandard medicine is enormous, and so all hands must be on deck to end this scourge in Nigeria.
People don't understand the impact or the consequences of taking falsified medicine. These are very, very serious consequences, and that is why what NAFDAC is doing to enlighten our people that not all tablets are equal, not all suspension or medicine or whatever form are equal. So it's extremely important to us as a regulatory agency. And this falsification is not limited to Nigeria. It is all over. It is for us now to reduce it as much as possible. This is the reason for all the efforts that we are trying to make.
Stemming this tide is of utmost priority for NAFDAC, and indeed the chief executive of the agency, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye.
Since I came, we have heightened up our investigation and enforcement. We have heightened up our activities in the state. Now that we decentralized, we have directors in the state, pharmacovigilance and post-marketing surveillance improved.
NAFDAC's interagency collaborations have borne significant fruits in the fight against substandard and falsified medicines in Nigeria, and there has been a record slow in the rate of importation and distribution of these hazardous products. NAFDAC's Ports Inspection Directorate is on the forefront of this battle and have been adequately equipped and trained to ensure falsified medicines don't find their way out of our ports.
For the ports, our Ports Inspection Directorate is extremely vigilant. They have the single portal window where they can detect so many things now, fake NAFDAC registration certificate, things like that they have, and that is also going to help in terms of from the country to the port of entry and then post-marketing. So we are doing all this. It's a holistic approach. Our budget was approved March of 2020. So there were things that we needed to get, like handheld device that can detect fake medicine or substandard medicine, but we were not able to purchase those. But now we are purchasing it, and Nigeria will be one of the countries, if not the only country, that will get as many. Why? Because the health of our people is of premium to NAFDAC. And this TrueScan now, we had about 6 or 7 15 years ago. But that technology is already obsolete, and it was qualitative at that point. But now it is quantitative. So we don't have to bring, even if we suspect something is there before, we still have to take it to the lab. But now it is quantitative. If it is 10% paracetamol, it will say 10% paracetamol instead of saying paracetamol is lower. But now it is quantitative. So that will also reduce the number of analysis that we'll be doing in the lab. That's risk-based categorization. Because the part of our own GBT, WHO GBT, is that we analyze so many per year, over 12,000, and with the capacity. So now with the handheld device, it's very, very costly. With the handheld device, we can reduce the number of samples that will go into the lab and focus more on post-marketing samples and enforcement samples.
Now that NAFDAC is back at the ports across Nigeria, importers of these life-threatening medicinal products have been nabbed in their droves and their merchandise confiscated. But the agency has become even more proactive by going right to the sources and originating countries of these imports to begin its regulatory oversight functions.
We import about 70% of our drugs from Southeast Asia. Last year, I took about 7 or 8 staff there. We have changed our clean report investigation analysis, inspection analysis rather, in China and India, because there were loopholes in the pre-shipment analysis. So we read the Riot Act to the CRI agents. We dropped 1 or 2 CRI agents that have been compromising. And before, the laboratories are directly under the CRI agents. Now we started visiting the labs. We wrote down the criteria that a lab must have, because in the past, a lab will say you can do this, but they don't even have any equipment to do it. So we wrote down the criteria and visited maybe about 17 labs in both countries to ensure that when results are coming from those labs, we know them. So things have been happening since our visit. The CRI agents now will tell us, oh, we are rejecting this particular product. The lab and the CRI agent, we are rejecting this particular product because the tablet is not dissolving as much as it's supposed to. We are rejecting this because there is no active ingredient in it. So it is from the pre-shipment that we are now starting, so that our level of confidence for products coming from outside will increase or should increase. And I believe that is doing a lot for us. And then the lab, our own lab here, drug lab in Yaba, is working directly with the lab over there. Meaning, as soon as they finish the analysis, they send it to us. We don't wait until CRI agents transfer, so that we know what they are doing.
Now, unlike ever before, the agency looks keenly on every medicine to be imported to ensure that the correct active pharmaceutical ingredients are present in all medicine products, even before they set sails for Nigeria. The agency therefore now issues import permits for active pharmaceutical ingredients, API.
Right now, we issue permits for APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients, that they use in manufacturing these products, because we believe that that is the main starting material. And if the quality is right, definitely it is going to speak to the quality of the finished medicines. Before we issue import permit for API, we review the drug master file for that API, which basically speaks to all the quality standards in the manufacturing process of that API. It is not an easy document to present, and so it guarantees to a good, reasonable extent that the quality of the API that we're issuing permit for meets standards of identity.
NAFDAC and your else will be right back. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, you're watching NAFDAC and your else. With help and support from citizens, as well as local and international law enforcement collaborations, the agency has been able to gather credible intelligence that has aided in the success of its investigations and enforcement duties.
These people who are carrying out these dangerous activities, who are selling dangerous products to people to consume and die, they are not spirits, they are human beings. In short, nobody can operate on this earth if you are not a human being. We have our own intelligence as well as a sister directorate, which we call pharmacovigilance and post-marketing surveillance. They are also involved in it. We all work together. Our people are not just office people. We are on the field most of the time. And we have informants, people we work with. So we get the information from members of the public. We get the information from professional bodies. We get the information as well from sister agencies. We even had an operation which lasted till this month, which was titled Operation Stop, where we stopped a whole lot of tramadol, banned tramadol that they brought in. And we even discovered now that they come with a different name. They call it Tamol or Trafadol. And some of these things were brought into the country by some of the international airlines. So we are calling upon the international airlines to be mindful of what they take, what they carry as cargo. We all are in it together. People are dying. People are dying. The only way we can save them is by reporting. Report and see what will happen. It was someone that reported to us about the man that was counterfeiting in Ibadan. It was the information. We used the information and we were able to track the person. So they should tell us so that we can be able to. And it's not only about drugs, even drinks. You find counterfeited drinks. A situation where people mix alcohol with formaldehyde, what they use in preserving corpses, and they sell it. People drink and they drink to their death. I mean, it is unacceptable. It is dangerous.
The Inspections and Enforcement Directorate of the agency continues to apprehend these anti-people agents, confiscates their merchandise, and in many cases prosecutes the merchants.
This is one of our warehouses where we warehouse seized drugs that are under investigation, drugs that are marked for destruction, as well as drugs that are for other legal purposes. So we store them here. So this is our main warehouse. We have warehouses across the Federation. When we get in the product, into this warehouse, we have, you can see the metallic racks. We have the segments for the products still under investigation. We have the ones for destruction, because we go to court, when we secure conviction, we destroy, as well as when you have voluntary forfeiture. Voluntary forfeiture, we destroy as well. Then you have the ones that are still part of the court proceedings. They are court exhibits. Those ones are also kept. So you can see this place is well arranged. So we have them in their various places so that there won't be any tampering. And we follow good warehousing practice in this place. So everything is secured, everything is well kept.
NAFDAC has recorded immense success in prosecuting many of these culprits, despite the pandemic, and is undeterred despite several challenges it is faced with on a regular basis.
Before the pandemic, it was wonderful, but the pandemic slowed us down. But even then, within this period, we've been able to secure 2 convictions. And it is still on. We want to also commend the police. The police have been wonderful, helping us to keep some of these people. And the judicial process is still on, but it could be better.
Unfortunately, our law is not deterrent enough. We are trying to make sure that, a justifiable fine is given to those who are doing falsification. There was a case of somebody had falsified, I think it's antibiotics or whatever, and they gave the person 250,000 naira of 5 years in jail. Who will not pay 250,000 naira? We've got to do, because of these consequences that I've highlighted, we have to be strict or stringent in our judicial, in our judgments rather, for the judicial system to be more strict, so that it will serve as deterrent whatever judgment is given.
Regular intermittent destruction of these reprehensible merchandises also serves as deterrents.
What is the underlying reason for counterfeiting. It's economic, financial benefit, economic benefit. So when you destroy it, they lose. But then, they don't lose too much. Because most of them, what do they invest? What do they invest? For the most part, they put almost next to nothing in terms of the API, the active pharmaceutical ingredient. Then label, you see them, what they do is that they go and master the packaging materials and the rest. It is good that we destroy their products, but it's better if we destroy the products as well as we send the people to prison, long term, like we are advocating, life jail term. Don't take them out of the society. They should not be with human beings, because they are not humans. I mean, people who want to destroy other people, they cannot live in a decent society. So it's not just about the destruction of the products. Those people should be put away for their evil and for their wickedness.
Local manufacturing plays a significant role in stemming the wave of importation of falsified and substandard medicines in Nigeria, and NAFDAC is working very hard to ensure that the nation can maximize this possibility.
Local manufacturing is extremely important to mitigate falsification. I just told you we had to go to India and China and whatnot to ensure that what is coming in is of quality. But for local manufacturing, if we increase our local manufacturing, it will be easier to go after them. Because they are, a 1 day travel away maximum, or even 20 minutes, 1 hour drive to their site if they are around Lagos. COVID has taught us a lesson, because at the beginning of the COVID, India shut its door, that we're not going to allow you to take this medicine out of our country. So we are now wising up. The CBN is supporting local manufacturers to redo their infrastructure and research and development. So if we have more of local manufacturing, we will reduce substandard falsified medicines. And for local manufacturing, our standards are now very high, and they know that our standards are high. We have shut down some lines that we found, lower levels that we expect. We have shut down some lines because, as much as we are encouraging them, we also want to let the manufacturers know that they have to abide with specifications, and they are cooperating, because we cannot be where we were yesterday. We have to move forward with quality.
We have put in quite a lot of adequate regulatory measures through targeted inspections, for example, that we carry out, the good manufacturing practice inspections at facilities that manufacture these medicines. We ensure compliance to quality good manufacturing practice principles at these sites to make sure that the medicines comply with standards of identity. There are other approaches also. For example, we have centralized our inspections so that we can use a critical mass of experienced inspectors to carry out inspections at these sites so that we can apply common standards. The same standards we apply at one site is what we apply at other sites. We also carry out a lot of trainings with operators in the industry because we observe a lot of gaps among the operators. We do a lot of trainings, and they are yielding quite a lot of results. And in addition, because of the emphasis on the enforcement of standards, a lot of companies are upgrading their facilities. In fact, many have upgraded their facilities so that they'll be able to meet the World Health Organization's requirement, which really is the standard we're all pursuing in Nigeria. And I want to believe that with all these upgrades in the very near future, we are going to have a lot of high standard facilities in Nigeria. And then also, we are very tough now on sanctions. We've put a lot of manufacturers' lines on hold for lack, a lot of lack in the GMP, in their GMP procedures. And that is also one of the reasons a lot of them are upgrading their facilities. A lot of upgrades, I must say, in the industry, arising from the sanctions and a few other things.
It's time now for NAFDAC updates.
NAFDAC has not approved heterocovivor drug. The Director General of NAFDAC has warned that nobody should use remdesivir heterocovivor drug with the label not for distribution in the US, Canada, or EU. According to her, the medicine is very possibly falsified and can be very dangerous if consumed. NAFDAC in Kano destroys fake drugs and counterfeit products worth 3.2 billion naira in 2 years. Fake drugs and counterfeit products worth 3.2 billion naira have been destroyed by NAFDAC in Kano State over a period of 2 years. According to the state coordinator, Mr. Shaba Mohammed, the products were confiscated during several rounds of post-marketing surveillance and intelligence reports and destroyed after due investigations and tests. The agency warns that the public must always purchase drugs from certified pharmacies and always look out for NAFDAC registration number. NAFDAC warns the public against use of dangerous cosmetic products. The agency wishes to alert the public and warn against the use of Sifu Kunyit Day Cream, Sifu Kunyit Night Cream, and JJ Skincare Glow White Night Cream. According to the Director General of the agency, Professor Adeyeye, Sifu Kunyit Day Cream, Sifu Night Cream, and JJ's Skincare Glow White Night Cream contain chemicals that can damage the kidney and increase risks of skin cancer. That's it on NAFDAC Update. You've been updated.
And that's our package for today. Please join us same time, same station next week for a fresh edition. In the meantime, if you have comments, complaints, or you want to report activities of fake drugs or adulterated food product peddlers, our doors are always open. You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, please call 0800 162 3322 or email nafdac@nafdac.gov.ng. Importing, producing, distributing and selling fake drugs and cosmetics, adulterated food, and so on are criminal activities that destroy lives. Join the fight against these heinous crimes by reporting any suspicious activity in your area to NAFDAC. Let's join hands to safeguard the health of our nation. See you next week. Stay safe.